Hey, yo, what's up? It's Smooth.
Vaughn.
This is Riggs.
And Slick Money.
And you are now listening to the
Switch Style Podcast.
Welcome to the Switch Style Podcast, where we encourage you to think beyond what you hear. I'm your host, Smooth, here with Riggs and Vaughn. Vaughn, what's up?
What's up?
Glad to see you, as always.
Always glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for looking out. Thanks for letting me know my headlight was out.
Oh, no problem. Sister gotta look out.
Yeah, we probably would have we could have had some problems, so I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Get that fixed tomorrow.
We'll do. ASAP. And last but not least, the man of the hour, Riggs. What up, man?
Hey, nothing, man. Chilling. You know, making it do what it do.
There you go. I'm not a big Halloween fan, but to all of you Halloween fans out there, the people who celebrate Halloween, happy belated Halloween. Well, by the time you hear this, Halloween will be over, so don't eat too much candy. Everybody good?
Good.
All right, cool. So, audience on episode 32, coming up, we'll discuss Pimp C's estate battle. We'll let you know what happened with Sevyn and the Philadelphia 76ers. And last but not least, is rock music really dead? So, stay tuned for all those subjects and much more. So, before we jump into it, if you like what you hear, remember to follow us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music, all at Switch Style Podcast. And remember to check us out on Facebook,
Instagram,
and
Twitter.
So, audience, if you're new to the podcast, we have this is something we're actually starting this week. It's a new segment. We're trying to up the entertainment value. So, here we go. Attention, all you dog owners. Big Boy and Bobby shampoo is now available. Riggs, you're a dog owner. Will you be endorsing the product?
I'm a cheap dude, so it depends on how much it costs. I really don't mess with the dog like that. You know, it's my daughter's dog. I don't,
Okay.
I don't wash it. I don't, I throw it a treat every now and again.
Wow.
That's about it.
Look, you want to know what he said. He said he's going to wash the dog in Palmolive.
Wow. But you can't wash a dog in that, can you? Well, I don't know.
I heard no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any dogs or never have had a dog, so.
I mean, it's probably a good move, especially depending on what scent, the stuff is. Hey.
Yeah, you might smell good.
No.
But for all you people out there who have dogs, all you pet owners, Big Boy, the legendary rapper from Outkast, and Bobby Penter, she's actually a pet product entrepreneur, and they came out with this new shampoo line. So we just want to bring that story to you for all you dog owners. So go check that out.
Keep it wild and fresh.
Yeah, keep it wild and fresh. That's actually one of the scents. Yeah, so go check that out. But we'll actually move on to the chart news. We'll give you a quick chart update. Congratulations, Lady Gaga. We talked about it last week. Joanne is now the #1 album in the country, debuting at #1, earning 201,000 units. 170 of those were actually traditional album sales. Any quick thoughts on Joanne?
I'm not surprised. We said it.
That's good. It's 60,000 more than it's projected.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. And the rollout was very traditional. She went out, she worked the record. She did Saturday Night Live, she did radio, she did dive bar tour. So the traditional rollout still works. All you aspiring artists out there.
And
it works, especially when you're talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm sure she probably didn't even have to do all that because of the people who follow her. Just like Beyonce, it dropped. Everybody got to listen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're right. And one note before we move on from Joanne. Joanne scored the 4th largest debut of 2016, behind only Drake's Views, Beyonce's Lemonade, and Frank Ocean's Blonde.
wow.
So congratulations to her.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Gaga.
And she also has 4 #1 albums this decade. That's the most by any woman.
Wow.
Yeah, more than Taylor Swift, Adele, and Beyonce.
That's a good, nice facts.
Mm-hmm. So congratulations to Lady Gaga. And on the Hot 100, Riggs' favorite band, or favorite group, favorite production duo. That's what they are, actually. The Chainsmokers and Halsey lead the Hot 100 for an 11th consecutive week.
I did not think you was gonna say that.
Really?
Oh, I did.
You
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
he was gonna be playing around with you.
No, yeah, an 11th consecutive week, and for them, they actually break Drake's record.
Wow.
Yeah, so they've stayed atop the Hot 100 for the longest of anybody this year.
Yeah. Well, you've broken records. You've done it.
It's time to move on.
Now move on.
Yes.
Next.
Somebody else, please.
Somebody, please. And for all you Juju on the Beat fans, Juju on that beat, they actually hit the top 10 this week.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Juju on that beat, the whole viral
Yeah.
sensation. So congratulations to them. And that's actually it for On the Charts, guys. But again, if you like what you hear, remember to follow us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music, all at Switch Style
Style
Podcast.
Podcast.
You can also follow us on Facebook
Instagram.
and
Twitter.
all right. And time for another funny news update. So happy belated birthday, Drake. On Instagram, Drake showed off a birthday gift given by none other than Sade. Vaughn, that's your boy. We all know. If you listen to the podcast, you know Vaughn is a huge fan of Drake. Vaughn, can you top that gift?
I wish I could, but I guess hopefully Drake will remember me on August the 5th.
There you go.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, and audience, August 5th is Vaughn's birthday.
Yes. So if he wanna start, cause I'm a big fan of his. So
Okay,
one back, scratch another, right?
there you go. You hear it, Drake? Drake, don't act funny next year when August 5th rolls around.
So somebody hook that up.
Yeah,
Y'all hook that up.
We're gonna try. I think he's gonna listen.
Okay.
I believe he will.
That's
he
right.
should.
That's right.
He needs to listen.
We know the motto.
And he can come on the show. He can be a guest. He can sit right next to Vaughn.
Right next to me.
Vaughn will personally ask all the questions. Riggs and I'll be quiet.
Nah,
quiet.
I'll probably just be looking at him and be like, you for real?
Right. I can't believe it. Cannot
Be a
believe
little
it.
groupie.
Cannot believe it. But audience, if you don't know or if you hadn't heard about the story, Sade actually gave Drake a framed photo of herself. A note on the photo read, "The 24th of October 1986 was a good day. Shine on Drake. Love Sade." So congratulations, Drake. I would love to have Sade send me something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
for
love
sure.
Sade.
Yeah.
I love Sade.
So-
Like, she loves me.
Yeah.
Me and her had that type of forehead, that big type of forehead.
Got a forehead. Okay.
Mhm.
Y'all sisters.
Project,
Nah.
Your sisters.
project the screen forehead.
What do you?
Ooh, no,
She said my forehead ain't that big.
That what Sade's is.
Sh-
But it don't matter.
She's beautiful though.
she
Oh,
is.
yes.
Forehead and all. I'm sure a lot of.
She is. I love me
A
some
lot
Sade. So I think that's a very good. That was a very nice gift.
Yeah.
Especially, you like that if you can get somebody a picture of you. You like that.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat. But so we'll actually move on to what's new. Audience, we got a few, well, actually 3 new albums coming out, 3 notable new albums. The first is by 15-time Grammy Award winner Alicia Keys. She's back with her 6th studio album titled Here. 3-time Grammy winner Common, he's returning with his 11th album titled Black America Again. And Grammy-winning rock group Bon Jovi, they're returning with their 16th album titled This House Is Not For Sale. So, Riggs Vaughn, who do you guys expect to debut at number 1?
Probably Bon Jovi will.
He's had 4 number 1 albums. Their last number 1 album was actually 1989. I'll Be There For You.
Yeah, I think Alicia Keys has the best chance of charting, the highest. Of course, Common is dope. I love Common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this era
Get the
of
numbers.
white rage, with the title and the subject matter, I don't see that.
No, I agree.
Coming anywhere near number 20.
And Common, he's actually, audience, just FYI, he's had one number one album, which was Finding Forever in 2007. And Alicia Keys has 4 number 1 albums. So I'm picking Alicia Keys too. I'm putting my money on her. So congratulations to all 3 of them. And audience, just a quick heads up, we'll actually review 2 of those. Alicia Keys' album and Common's album.
Okay.
I'm a huge Common fan.
Yeah, me too.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear what he spit.
Yeah, me too.
Ever since I used to love her. Mhm.
Yeah, that's still my ringtone.
Oh.
Still my ringtone. I probably need to change it.
Nah.
What for?
I don't know. I just don't hear it a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start calling you then.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Just don't make Drake mad.
Okay.
Speaking of Drake,
Yeah.
people calling you. I know you must be getting a lot of good feedback from the ladies with the beard there.
Oh, for some, I don't know what it is about the beard. Women love the beard. I don't know what it is.
I told him it looked good.
Vaughn, maybe you can shed some light on
you.
some insight.
It makes you look older and mature.
Wow.
Yeah, the ladies like it. Just don't do all that long stuff. The guys been
No.
doing a lot of the long stuff. I'm like,
I don't see him doing that.
No, I can't do
Yeah,
it because
yeah.
this is really too long right now. I probably need to cut this now.
yeah, it look like it's filling in all good and
Yeah.
everything.
Wow.
Go smooth.
Yeah. Somebody told me I was handsome. I said, wow.
You are.
Why
Yeah, I
you,
just-
like you said, like you surprised.
Yeah, I was just shy. I don't get compliments.
You do.
I'm just another guy. I just want to talk about music. I just
He's just so lucky.
just like hanging out with Riggs and Vaughn, and that's just me. Just a normal guy.
I can dig it.
Yeah. But audience, we got another funny news update for you. Kanye West, who's my favorite artist, he embarrasses me most of the time. But Kanye West, he announced that he won't attend the Grammy Awards if Frank Ocean is not nominated. And Riggs, my question to you is Kanye doing the Recording Academy a favor by not showing up?
Man, I don't know. I mean, Kanye, so he's all over the place. Most people love him, people hate him. As far as ratings go, if he's there acting crazy, it's something to talk about.
Right.
But if he's not, then the show can move along smoothly.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's six in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should just sit out because last time he ran up on Beck. When Beck accepted Album of the Year for Morning Phase, he ran up on stage and he said he shouldn't receive the award. So Kanye and award shows, they're like oil and water. They just don't mix.
Put down the Hennessy, Kanye.
Yeah,
Right.
that's his problem.
On award night, no Hennessy, no hand rock.
Water only. But audience, just to give you a little bit more insight on what we're talking about, Frank Ocean's 2 albums, Blonde and Endless, they were actually not submitted for Grammy consideration. And what that means is Frank Ocean's albums actually came out before the Grammy deadline, the deadline to submit the nominations. And Frank Ocean's albums weren't submitted, and a lot of people think it was intentional on Def Jam's part. So they kind of got him back. But technically, their second album wasn't theirs, technically.
Right, I mean, if the first one was on Def Jam, it has nothing to do with the Grammys.
Right.
If they didn't get it,
Yep.
I don't know the politics behind the last one, but
The only person to blame is Frank Ocean and Def Jam. That whole situation is a complete mess. But Kanye, stay at home. Don't go to the Grammys.
Yeah, stop embarrassing yourself.
Please stop.
play with the kids.
Yeah.
Protect him.
Go to bed, Kanye. Go to bed. Go to bed.
Go to bed, Joe.
Go to bed. But guys, here we go. Let's actually jump inside the most interesting topics this week. Find out what's going on inside the industry. So last week in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, Justin Timberlake, who's also from Memphis, just had to throw that out there, he broke Tennessee state law by taking a selfie while at the voting booth. Why is this story so important?
I think people need to put the phones down, and it's too much technology going on everywhere. So when you're going to vote, who needs to see you vote? Who needs to do a selfie to see you vote? And he called himself enlightening his fans to go vote. Well, go vote by tweeting. Go vote by showing you voted. Don't be taking your cameras, doing a selfie in front of. That's too much.
I mean, that's inside the ballot box. I mean, step outside and take a selfie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever, I mean, I guess there are valid reasons why they don't want that. I don't know what they are, but,
Well, and there are actually 17 states where taking a picture at the voting booth is illegal. There are 13 states where the laws are pretty much constructed in ways that you could kind of lead to believe that it's illegal, but it's kind of, the waters are kind of muddy. It's a very gray area. And the remaining states, selfies are legal in the remaining states. So,
Well, I bet everybody know now.
what do you think about it?
I think his intentions were right. I think he had great intentions. I mean, the idea is he was pretty much using his platform telling people, hey, I'm a celebrity, I'm out here voting, and you should do the same, because this is really an important election year. This is arguably the most, well, they're all important, but considering the two candidates that are running, this is arguably the most important election year in my lifetime, at least up until this point. So I think his heart was in the right place. But I think what's most important to know is when you do these things, know the law, know your limits before you take a selfie at the voting booth. So know your laws, and he won't be charged. The Shelby County DA's office, the district attorney's office, already came out and said that he won't be charged. It would pretty much be a waste of resources. But the moral of the story is, and the reason that I want to talk about this story is get out and vote and know your laws, know your rights, your laws, the civil laws, because things change all the time. So, and I know we kind of miss a lot of stuff, but it's important to know those things.
Yeah, don't take your phone, don't take a selfie, but just keep your phone in your pocket. I know I had one time, they had stopped me with Santana. He was with me, and he was like, can I push this? And I let him push it. He's like, no, he can't. But I wanted him to see what it was like to vote. But
I think it's really a voter's confidentiality thing. I think they want to try to keep those things private, exclusive to the voter. So,
but if that exclusive voter is the one that's putting the selfie out, I mean,
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just a regular citizen, man. They, these states make the laws, and they want things a certain way. So
the regular guy with the flop beard,
right? Yeah. So, audience, remember, there are 17 states where taking pictures at the voting booth is completely illegal. 13 where the laws are kind of muddy, and the remaining states, the selfies are legal. So it's a lot of states. Don't have time to name all of them, but you can check that out online. Shannar Butler, widow of Pimp C and stepmother of Chad Butler Jr., was recently removed as administrator of Pimp C's estate. And both of you all, should the spouse always receive control of the estate, or is it time for a change in these rules?
I'm going to answer that first. As a woman, no. Because I feel like if we're together when he died, then yeah, I'm control of everything. If you're not with me and it's not, we don't have a divorce or anything, no, I'm in control. I handle everything. Now, she might have mishandled the money.
Yes, she did.
But yeah, if we're married, nah. That's from a woman's point of view.
From one, okay.
I mean, that is your next of kin.
Thank you.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, where the issue lies is you should have a will.
And that's the most important part of this whole, yes.
And you should have life insurance. So if he has life insurance with, the specific beneficiaries on it, aside even from, the estate, then his kids get, specific amounts. You know what I mean? And the fact of her misappropriating funds, that's just on her. She should do better.
Yeah, she should.
Bottom line, but, I don't see anything wrong with your spouse being your beneficiary or executor.
And me also, I don't have a problem with that. But the problem, what I think should be changed is the widow, the ex-wife, whatever the case may be, they should go through certain background checks to ensure that these people are fit to manage these estates. And so, audience, just to start, Sherelle Renee, who is Shannar Butler's attorney, and Shannar Butler is Pimp C's widow. Shannar, she already admitted that she was not upset with the judge saying, hey, you're not going to manage the estate anymore. You're no longer the administrator because you can't handle it. In 2010, she was removed as an administrator back then, which confirmed to me that she couldn't handle it years ago. That was 6 years ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then the same year, they put her right back on.
Right. They put her back on. So Chad Butler Jr., who is Pimp C's son, and audience, just to catch you up, Pimp C, legendary rapper from the duo UGK, he passed away in actually, when did Pimp C pass? Pimp C passed
2007.
There you go. He passed in 2007 of, what was it, drug overdose?
Oh, drug overdose, found dead in his hotel room.
Yeah, that's the drink.
Sipping no necessary.
Purple drink, yeah. So Pimp C passed, and Riggs alluded to it earlier. He didn't leave a will. So we've witnessed Prince's situation
Right.
the entire year.
So don't you should have lawyers and stuff that's making sure those type of things in play, right?
I think the problem is a lot of these artists, they probably feel as if they're immortal.
Right.
And be honest, I thought Prince was immortal, but I just didn't.
Never
I never
would thought.
expected. Yeah, I never expected him to die so suddenly.
Right.
And Pimp C probably felt the same way. And they don't put these measures in place to ensure that their estate will be run properly after they die.
Yeah, and you can have lawyers and accountants, but they're not going to hold your hand. You know, they all suggest what you should do. Whether you go ahead and do it, that's on you, you know.
I guess that's where a manager come in place. A manager would be somebody and make sure things get done.
Yeah, and
So that's why you gotta have good people around you.
This is why we need good fathers, because 9 times out of 10 you come from a certain place, and you got that whole rich dad poor dad thing, and there's too many people that don't have people in place to tell them things that other people is just automatic. You know what I mean? It shouldn't take a whole team of lawyers and accountants or whatever to tell you to get some life insurance and make a will. That should be just basic, but a lot of basic things get missed.
And audience, just to give you more info, just to show you how poorly she's managed the estate, she spent $150,000 of the estate's revenue, and this was after 2010 when she was removed as the administrator. So she didn't learn her lesson, and also she spent more than $80,000 in the past 2 years. And public records also show that the estate has a $7.2 million federal tax lien and owes $5.1 million to a former manager.
And then didn't say she spent like one of those large amounts on jewelry.
Yeah,
It was like $150,000.
$150. I blame Paul Wall.
Paul.
Why you bring Paul?
Because I know she got some of them grills.
Ooh.
Paul, wow, you think she got some grills? Yeah, the money that he got from her, he probably used it to buy all those Olympic grills. That's why he was giving away for free. But yeah, they said, she had misapplied $150,000 worth of jewelry and couldn't account for certain assets. This was back in 2010. But the entire situation, and Chad Butler Jr., he was the one that brought the entire thing up. And he's been named the administrator of the estate currently. And he also put out a song titled Trust Nobody. And it's amazing how much he sounds like his dad on it.
Oh, okay, I gotta hear that.
But yeah, the whole thing has been completely mismanaged. And audience, if you hadn't noticed, there's a theme here. I bring up these stories to let you know that we're trying to teach a certain lesson. And the lesson has been going on throughout the year. Prince didn't have a will. Mm-hmm. Pimp C didn't have a will. And you gotta, if you're an artist out there, if you have something, not just an artist, if you're just
Everyday
like us,
people, yeah.
Leave your estate or what you have in the hands of the right person.
Get a will and pay your taxes.
Right, that's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because honestly, I don't see how they can recoup all this money. How can they make all this money back? I mean, they've put out 3 albums since he's passed.
Right. Well, she said she didn't really get much of that money, but yeah. How much is his estate worth?
I've been trying to find a picture of it or something. I ain't see nothing.
But from what they owe, I know it's not worth that much.
It's not that.
I know it's not
So
worth
I
that
wonder
much.
if she living in the house or what. Probably not.
So I
Well,
mean,
the house got foreclosed on, didn't it?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
house,
it did say that. Yeah,
cars were repossessed.
Yeah, it did say that.
So I'm expecting the estate to file bankruptcy with probably the end of this year or early next year, because I don't see how they can overcome all that debt.
Can't.
That's just too much. Chad Butler Jr., the Pimp C's entire family, even Shannar Butler, his widow. You guys are all in our prayers, and hopefully it works out, because it's a sad situation.
Orange is the new black.
So stupid.
Yeah, they'll definitely be in the jumpsuit. And at the Philadelphia 76ers season opener, songstress Sevyn Streeter's national anthem performance was canceled because she was wearing a We Matter jersey. Will performing the national anthem ever be the same? What do you guys think?
Will it ever be the same? Yeah, the issue is not so much the national anthem. It's the fact that, they wouldn't let her express a view that is held by many, and because of situations that are going on all over this country. Yeah, those are the things that had to change. That will never be the same.
My point on it is, I think she was just going, chilling. That was her shirt that she wanted to wear. It was a jersey she wanted to wear, and she wore it. I don't really think that it's going to change the way the anthem, but probably people going to take a more look at what they're wearing or not offend anyone. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I don't know about it. She wanted to wear that shirt because she wanted to make a statement.
That's true. That's true.
And, by the tweet afterwards, she felt like she should have been able to make that statement. Black lives do matter. And it's not to say that, white lives don't, which is kind of where, some other people come with it. But they're not the ones getting gunned down for nothing. So.
True.
Honestly, I'm tired of the whole national anthem protest thing. And initially, it really wasn't about the national anthem. He just so happened to kneel. Colin Kaepernick, you ruined it for everybody. Just being honest. And this was in my opinion, this was a knee-jerk reaction by the Philadelphia 76ers. They saw her right probably 20 minutes before she was about to go on and perform the anthem. So they said, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, we can't have that." And on their part, they were doing what they felt was best. They wanted to protect their brand. And my whole problem with the Black Lives Matter, the We Matter movement is we're killing each other. And when are they going to start stepping up and saying something about that? There's too much black on black crime. And I know the whole police thing, but we have to police ourselves.
Right.
We can't continue to put ourselves in this situation. And I'm not giving police officers an out because there are some bad seeds. But every police officer isn't bad. But my problem is, don't continue to preach the Black Lives Matter, the We Lives Matter, and you're not policing your own community. There's just too many people of color killing each other. Not Riggs, you had something to say.
I'll say this. I don't believe that most of the people that are wearing the Black Lives Matter shirts are those people who don't police themselves and don't police their communities and don't teach their children, and you know what I mean. It's not, you don't see a whole lot of gangsters with Black Lives Matters. They're wearing Gucci or whatever. Most of the people, well, it seems like to me, the people that were shot and killed by police officers were people who actually, for the most part, did police themselves. There were a few who had some questionable things going on with them, but they actually had nothing to do with their shooting. But the majority of them were those people, seemingly, that kind of do police themselves. And I don't think you can toss that whole thing away and just say, "Oh, well, it's just us. We need to do better this now." Now we do, but it's a separate issue.
It is, but it starts, for example, if a police officer approaches you, he's still an authority figure, and there's a certain type of respect that's deserved or that's due. And then I hadn't been around every situation. I didn't see every situation, but I've seen some people talk to police officers crazy. I mean, there's a deep mistrust within the minority communities and between police officers. But my thing is that we need to refocus and place that attention towards other things instead of the black, because the Black Lives Matter, they don't represent me or my views. I'm really tired of the entire thing, to be honest.
I can respect that. And within our community, there does need to be some more teaching, some more policing, some more support. I agree with all those things. Those things I would never refute or speak bad about. But at the same time, in the 60s, where there was a lot less crime in the communities, where people wore shoes and slacks and shirts and suits, and of course you have good and bad, but you basically people that were focused on making their lives as blacks in America better and abiding by laws and rules. They got shot, they got hosed, they got dogs on them. So, like I said, those are two separate issues.
But the key was, and you just mentioned it, back then they were doing the right thing. People of color were doing the right things back then. We were living the right way. We were doing things to get ahead in life. We were going to school. We sought out education. We wanted better lives. But I'm gonna be honest, our people don't care. There's a strong majority of our people that don't care at all. And I don't think until we start to police ourselves
and respecting each other.
Yeah, they don't even respect. I mean, for a guy to come up and just shoot you right now, it'll be nothing for him. He can go home, sleep like a baby. Won't think anything about it. And I think we have to change the perception of ourselves.
So why are you mad at him and not the cop?
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the police officer. And they do need to be held accountable.
When they do wrong.
They do need to be held accountable, but I can't control what they do. Cause they're protesting, they're, wearing We Matter jerseys in the games. That's not gonna do anything. Like the whole Colin Kaepernick thing is completely blown over. Nobody cares about that. Who cares about Colin Kaepernick? He's horrible as a quarterback. Just being honest. Nobody cares about that. The national anthem is irrelevant. To me, I think we have to start at home. That's my opinion. People have to take responsibility for their own actions. And we have to, we do need to hold police officers accountable, but we have to hold ourselves accountable. And we're not doing that in the black community, if you ask me.
I'm in the black community. I hold myself accountable.
Yeah, but you're one of few. As a whole, we don't do what we need to do as a community, as a whole. And I'm saying this now, I'm being hard on the black community because we like to point fingers, and that needs to stop.
I think everybody's just living in their own bubble. And you know how years back we would take it to the streets and go out and get kids and say, hey, what are you doing? This is not what you're supposed to be doing. If it doesn't matter. I think it has a lot to do with the parents are younger. I think it has a lot to do with that. With the parents are younger and these kids are just doing what they want to do and the parents are doing what they want to do. Everybody's in two different lives. So that's where I think that is. It's just we're not holding each other accountable and the kids are doing whatever they want to do. They do what they want. They don't care. And no child should be thinking that they could just kill somebody or kill each other. Should not. I just think everybody's just doing their own thing, and we need to get out in the streets and grab up these kids that we know and that we don't know. Hey, I know I see kids with their pants down, be like, pull your pants up. I don't want to see your underwear. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
My whole thing is Sevyn Streeter, Colin Kaepernick, whoever, be more strategic. That walking out singing the national anthem and wearing a t-shirt or a jersey, that's not doing anything. That's not solving the issue.
Well, it does something because this is a music podcast and we just spent 15 minutes.
But the thing is, the people that have considerable resources, the people who have the power to influence change, the people that have the money to go out and put money into the neighborhoods, they might be doing it. I don't see it though. I definitely
do agree with the fact that the people that do have the means should put more of their money into the community, instead of into fashion.
That's a true statement.
And no disrespect to Sevyn. I know her intentions. She meant well, but I just don't think it's the time or place anymore for at least in that setting for the the national anthem protests. Even though it's not even about the national anthem, the media has completely changed the narrative. But
I can dig it.
But shout out to Sevyn. Great job, Sevyn. She stood up. She made a statement for what she believed in. I don't necessarily agree with her approach or her strategy, but good job to her. Kudos to her. I don't know. It's become a cliched statement at this point. Everybody's doing it. Right. Do something different.
Right, doing it just to do it.
Right,
because that's what's in.
Yeah, do something different. Change it up. Switch your style. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad I've never been a get with.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Just try something different. Change your approach.
That I can dig.
Hold yourself accountable. We'll move on to the last one. According to Roger Daltrey, who is the legendary frontman of rock band The Who, rock is dead and rap is all that matters. Does he have a point or is he completely wrong?
I think rap is it done took over.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a broad, sweeping, and harsh statement. You know, basically he was saying that the rock community, you know, and pop, they don't say anything. It's only rappers that actually have, like, I guess, social commentary or say anything that actually matters. But, you know, with this Lady Gaga album, she's got the joint about Trayvon, and there are a lot of songs from rock and pop that, you know, are positive messages that talk about things that are important. So maybe not to the degree of, you know, the way they did in the 60s, you know, and the 70s, where, you know, that's his era. But I wouldn't say that, you know, there's nothing out there as far as rock is concerned.
And I completely disagree with Roger Daltrey. I didn't look up how old Roger Daltrey is, but I'm thinking he's in his 60s, 70s. He's 72, so clearly he's out of touch, and he hadn't heard a lot of rap. He probably didn't hear Panda. Point in case. It was a number one hit, stayed on the chart for 2 weeks, stayed at number one for 2 weeks. But that was one of the worst written rap songs I've ever heard. He said nothing at all in that song. And to his point of rock being dead, seven albums classified in the rock genre debuted at number one on Billboard's 200 this year. So there's still a lot of people buying rock albums. Rock is not in the mainstream like rap and pop music are.
Right. I can see where you're going. Mm-hmm.
But there's still a lot of buying power, and rock is still most of rock is still pretty much a white genre. Rock is like baseball.
Yeah.
Rock is music's equivalent to baseball. I mean, to sports equivalent to baseball, if that makes any sense.
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, you have a lot of Latin players, and you have, you know, some Asian players, but especially in this country, majority of the people and the majority of the parks are in white areas, and
right.
And white people play baseball a great deal more than any other race in this country.
I can only think of two prominent rock figures who are black right now, and that's Gary Clark Jr. and you could classify him blues or whatever, and the lead singer, what's her name, Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes. Those are the only two black faces I know in rock music. So it's a white genre, and the same issues that rappers face, they're not facing those. They don't have those same problems. They're not getting stopped by the police and, you know, being shot. They're not performing national anthems and wearing the We Matter jerseys and things like that. So those things aren't important to them.
Yeah, I think that the last group that I could personally remember that was, you know, really, really socially conscious, well, I mean, they were rock, but they were rap the same too, like Rage Against the Machine, where 90% of their music was about, you know, governmental things, and, you know, different things going on in the world, in the country, you know. But I do think that most rock artists have some songs, and pop artists, you know, that are about something.
Yeah, I completely disagree with Roger Daltrey. I think he's more out of touch than anything, because they're still making great rock music, and rock might not be at the forefront like it was in the 60s and 70s. I mean, you don't have these superstar groups like his group, The Who and Beatles, Rolling Stones. They're not dominating music anymore, so he's probably mad that hip-hop and pop are the dominant forces in music.
Because I know you can, it's funny, I could be in the car and I'd be like, who is that playing that loud music? And you look over and it's a Caucasian playing.
Yeah.
And they're not playing rock. They're playing rap.
Yeah, they are.
So
They are. And it's funny you mentioned it. I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you think about it that way, he might have a point.
that's why I said,
Yeah.
I know what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of,
I see it a lot. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, some of Riggs' neighbors might be doing the same, you know. I mean, you know, they out trick-or-treating tonight, and they probably playing Panda and, you know, broccoli and whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I think most of my neighbors are listening to, like, Shania Twain.
Yeah, probably. Or Melissa Etheridge, or, you know.
Okay.
Maybe a couple of Green Day fans.
Right. Alanis Morissette, whoever they might be listening to.
Jewel.
Jewel.
That's cute.
Yeah. But I mean, there's some truth in his statement, but you can also argue against it. Roger, he must have a project coming out or something. He's probably just trying.
He's trying to get his name out.
Yeah, trying to get his name
And
out there.
then with rap, country, and rock music, they go up and down as to who is on top. So
Yeah, but rock music is baseball. That's pretty much what it is. It's rock music is baseball and the Republican Party.
Woo.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of rockers that would hate that statement right there.
Yeah, they might. But I'm just saying in terms of the demographics.
Right.
So they're just, you don't have a lot of people of minority. I mean, you mentioned Santana too. He's still out there, but there's just not a lot of people of color in rock music. But last but not least, we're running out of time. We'll actually jump to what are we listening to? So guys, you got anything you want to share? Or I can go first.
Go ahead.
What you listening to, Smooth?
Well, I got a story. Y'all know I don't hang out. I don't go to the clubs much. But I went to a birthday party on Saturday, and they convinced me to go to Sweet Lounge. And Audience Sweet Lounge is a club here in Atlanta.
Very nice club.
Yeah, and I'm not I don't go out in club. I don't do anything like that. But I mean, they were, people like to go out celebrate for their birthdays, and they was yelling Scorpio season and all this and such and such. But they played an old Beyonce track called Signs. It was off of her first solo album.
Right. That's the joint that Missy wrote.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a dope song.
Yes. Amazing song. So
Okay.
that came out in 2003. So the song is, wow, I can't believe she's been out that long. As a solo artist. It's 13 years old.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it when the show ends.
I mean, it's an amazing song. If you're into the entire Zodiac thing, you'll love Signs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I know.
So amazing song, but that's kind of, I'm not listening to it, but I heard it in the club and it just took me back because I love this. It's a great song.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I had to think. Okay, yeah, good song. I'm still listening to Gaga.
Okay.
Yep, I'm still listening to Gaga, and she's in my playlist. So
Yeah.
haven't did anything new, but I look forward to next week.
Oh yeah, Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
And Common at the same time.
No, they'll be
Oh, that's
separate
gonna be the
weeks.
separate week. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys. Well, I look forward to listening to that. Hopefully, I've been changed up something between then.
Yeah, unless y'all want to do 2 shows next week.
Hey,
Put that work in.
Oh yeah, we working. We working.
man, it's crazy. I must have listened to about 40 albums this weekend.
Wow.
Ooh,
Yeah, sometimes I just
You was
listen.
chilling.
Oh yeah, hard.
okay.
Wow.
But I guess the one that I'll put out there is not my usual. Cause I did listen to a lot of jazz, a lot of R&B, old school R&B, and current stuff or whatever. But John Mayer, Whiskey.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
That's an awesome song. If you haven't heard it, check it out.
It's been a while since John Mayer's done something, but Roger Daltrey, he must not have heard John Mayer. I mean, that dude is amazing.
Yeah, he is. I guess though, I don't know how much social commentary on his writing is incredible. About.
But one of his last few albums, he had the song "Waiting on the World to Change."
You're right. That's the song Continuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, Roger Daltrey, he just comes off as one of those old people just
Salty
talking.
old dog.
Yeah, his time is past, and I don't know. Did you have any more?
In My Youth by The Visitors, Carl and Earl Grubbs. Bad tune, jazz tune, kind of rare.
There you go, all you jazz fans, Riggs. He keeps giving you
Right. He's so
those obscure.
That's
Recordings.
the album I paid the most for. That's the most I've ever paid for an album.
Wow,
And how much you pay for?
About $50.
wow,
Now it was a mistake.
it was a mistake. Oh, you got on eBay?
Got on eBay. I meant to push $24 as my max
Oh.
and put $2,400 by mistake. So anything below $2,400, I'd have to pay for it. Unfortunately, the
only
other
50.
person that was bidding did $47.
Wow,
Wow.
Or something like that. And yeah.
wow. I'm sure you'll be playing that record quite a bit.
Yeah, man. I can't say that it was worth $50.
Wow.
But I'm not really mad at the purchase.
Okay.
Call Questlove. Well, he might have it already. He has everything. I was about to say you could probably sell it to him, but he probably has it.
I'm good.
Oh, you good? Okay. Okay, cool. Well, audience, that was what we're listening to this week. And we'll have more for you next week. But last call. Let's shout some people out. We can go home.
I'd like to shout out the Swiss Style Podcast. Thank you for having me one more week. Family and friends. And to all our listeners, thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys.
Oh, that was sweet.
Thank you.
Shout out to Riggs and Vaughn, the crew, as usual. Shout out Slick Money.
We
Get
miss
well.
you.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, Slick, at some point. Shout out to everybody who's listening to the show right now. Thank you for listening. We sincerely appreciate it. Hope you listen to all the shows and the shows to come, because we're doing some things and we're going to be here for a long time. So get used to us.
That's right. That's right.
But thank you for listening. And shout out to everybody in the Netherlands. I don't know. For some reason, we've been really popular in the Netherlands.
What?
So if you're in the Netherlands and you're listening, please keep listening, because we sincerely appreciate it. I mean, if you want to talk to us, if you want us to talk about anything, you can email us at switchstylepodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
And Twitter.
Like Yo Gotti said, hit us in a DM.
Yeah.
It's not going down in a DM, but you can DM us, or whatever the case may be. But just reach out to us. We want to interact with the fans. We want to talk to the fans, see what you guys' thoughts are, and if you want us to talk about anything, just let us know.
Yeah, wow. International love out to the Netherlands.
That's right.
Yeah, but that's it for me for now.
Yeah, same thing. My Switch Style Podcast crew. Shout out to y'all. Y'all make it fun every week. I learn stuff. You guys learn stuff. The audience learns stuff. We all learn and love music more. Just shout out to everybody, who's listening to us. We appreciate it. And that's that.
Yeah, that's the idea. We want to learn more about music each and every week. So hopefully we shed some light or some insight on not just music, but life in general.
Yeah.
Hopefully we gave you some life lessons as well. Like get out and go vote.
Get insurance policies.
Yeah, insurance policy. Will get all that taken care of.
Pay taxes.
Pay your taxes.
That's right.
Pull your pants up.
Yeah, pull your pants up.
Please pull your pants up.
If you want to protest, no matter how you do it, as long as you have a voice, so use your voice. And, again, kudos to Sevyn, Colin Kaepernick. I mean, their heart's in the right place. I disagree with them. I just feel that there's better ways to do things, but not that my opinion is right. What they did matters.
But your opinion matters, though, too.
Mm-hmm. So kudos to them. And that's it. Y'all got anything else?
Peace.
Episode 32.
Yeah, episode 32.
We out.
Peace. See you next week.